How's experience playing so far in the Asian tournament?
It's been great so far. The Asian tournament has been, something that could just lead to other international gigs as well. I think I don't know how I heard from my international agent that Indonesia, Mongolia, obviously Japan, Korea, Taiwan is opening their Asian quotas or Asian imports. So TAT is also Hong Kong. There's a league in Hong Kong as well, the Division 1 league in Hong Kong. So they're opening up their Asian imports, and it's a good thing. It's a good tournament so far, and I'm playing with a good coach, under a good coach, which is a good friend of mine as well. So it's been going well. 2 legs. We took, I think, 3rd or 4th place in the first leg. I think 4th, and then we took 2nd place in the last leg. So it's been great so far.
How are you excited to be teammate with Dwight Howard?
How excited am I from being teammates with Dwight Howard? Actually, obviously excited. He's one of the best players in NBA history, I guess. He has 3 Defensive Player of the Year. 4 Defensive Player of the Years. And, it's just probably fun just to play with him. I've played with other NBA players, but not his caliber in like a tournament or a league in this type. I played with Kobe, CP3, Kevin Durant, Harden when they came and played the Smart All-Stars. I don't know if you remember that in 2011. Yeah. Since with Dwight, we're actually trying to win legs, right? It's actually like a tournament. Like we're trying to improve on our last. So, hopefully winning a championship with him, maybe like playing with him. Obviously, it hasn't really hit me yet, but I've been just thinking about something that we could. I can always say, damn, I just didn't play with Dwight. I won a championship with him. Kahit pa paano, mas malaki pa yung bearing para sa akin. But I don't know, not really. It hasn't really hit me yet kasi sobrang hard na practices natin before he gets here. The practices of Coach Chris Gavina has been quite difficult. So I haven't really and I've been so busy. I wanted to do this interview. This interview was so abrupt because I had to let you know and message you right away because I know I'm a little bit busy the next few weeks, with not just basketball engagements, but with my personal life as well. So it hasn't really sunk in until, in tip-off and maybe in the championship game, hopefully, knock on wood, we make it to the championship part of the tournament. Maybe it'll sink into me then and be like, wow, damn, I won a championship with Dwight Howard. It'll be so much more exciting. But right now, wala pa ako na-feel kasi sobrang hard pa ng practices namin.
How you recruit playing in the KBL and also how's experience there?
I can say from the bottom of my heart that was one of the best experiences of my life. I don't know if you know this, but I am the oldest basketball player that has ever played in the in the KBL. I am the oldest import they've ever had, world or Asian, and the oldest player in general. So, I have an agent named Tommy. That's my brother. I call him my guardian angel. I was in a position where I thought I was one step away from retiring from basketball, but with the blessings of him blessings from God through him, nakalaro ako sa KBL. obviously the pace there is a little bit faster than the PBA, and that's not a shot on the PBA. I think it's just a different version of game, and as we could tell, I don't think we beaten a KBL team in the EASL. I don't know if I'm mistaken, but I haven't seen one yet, and it was an amazing part of my life. It's not just I got there; I actually got to play. I got some minutes over there. It was unfortunate that I had a hip injury, which I'm still nursing to this day. I don't know if it's a hip injury or it's just old age, but I think it's just my body is just like, hey, you know what? Okay lang yun if you play in the PBA being that old because you know the pace na, pero going to another country, a foreign country, and sorry, somebody's calling. Oh my God. Going to another country, another language barrier, the culture barrier, being away from my family for 5 months of that. It was amazing. I stayed in a 5-star hotel, Sonocom. Shout out to Sonocom. My team was a hotelier. They were Sono. That's why it's Sono Skygunner. Sono means it's like the Shangri-La. It's like a version of Shangri-La. And oh man, breakfast, lunch, and dinner was like eating at Shangri-La Heat every day for the last 5 months. For the 5 months I was there, and I met great people. Coach, my international manager, which I call him for better namesake, Vince, and that's my brother too, Vince. He definitely took care of me. We just went through the season. KBL is such a grueling season. It's 54 games in a span of November, December, January, February, March. So in 5 months, there's 54 games. So there's back-to-backs. You play 14 games in 1 month. And you travel as well. It's not just like sa Metro Manila lang tayo or sa Seoul lang tayo maglalaro. It's like we're going to Daegu. After we go to Daegu, we go to DB. And then we go to Busan, which is like all over South Korea. Goyang, which is Ilsan, which is 30 minutes away from the North Korea and South Korean border, 30th parallel. That's how close I was to North Korea. So you could just imagine the amazing sights, the amazing history that I got to witness and got to embrace. It was more than basketball, but definitely the basketball part. I've never felt so alive, you know. Ang dami kong experiences sa KBL and sa Korea, parang talagang memorable sa akin. Memorable talaga sa akin. Madami. Sobra.
What do you say Terrafirma making in the playoffs last conference?
Oh, man. What do I feel about that? That was amazing, man. You know, with Terrafirma and I last mga 2 months na namin, yung relationship ng Terrafirma and myself the last 2 months, that's totally different from the camaraderie and the brotherhood that I had with the players there. They wanted to go a separate direction and they wanted to make certain things happen that's best for them. And I was on the other end. That's just what every player goes through. So, I mean, they had to make their move, which I made my move. But the fact that, see, Juami, that's my guy. Juami's my guy. You know, all the Cahilig, my guy. I want them to succeed. You know, when you're with people, it's like there's two types of people. There's a person that wants you to succeed, and there's a person that like doesn't care, all right? The sin of omission, right? But I'm the type of person that if I know you, and especially if I know you, especially if I like bonded with you through practice, through certain rigorous things that we had to do, I want you to succeed. And I think I was very open with that on Twitter when they were playing so good. Like, they were playing so well. Like, Holt, I thought he was amazing. It reminded me of, people don't know, I was on the same team. Stanley Pringle was my rookie. Like, people don't know, I was at North Globalport while I had second year Terrence, his golden boy era, and golden boy because his hair, and Stanley Pringle, his rookie year. And what Holt did was such a resemblance to what Stanley was doing. Obviously, Stanley is a beast, but both of them are beasts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way I didn't witness, and because I never played with Holt, because obviously I was on my transition to career. But the way he played was like, wow, I've seen this before. It's a version of Stanley, a younger version of Stanley, or that's the talent level that he has. Like, that's the level. I mean, we all know how great Stanley Pringle is, right? So if that's any indication of how Holt's career is gonna transpire, his ceiling, there's no ceiling to him. And we all know Juami. I love watching Juami. He's on in my 20 years, 2 decades in the Philippines, and 2 decades in the PBA, I've only seen a handful of people that work as hard or harder than me. That's a joke. No, I've only seen a few that stays in the gym, that's a gym rat, that is meticulous, that's, I don't know, machaga. I think that's the best word for it. Yung machaga. Super chaga yung Juami. And you're seeing it now. I mean, he'll just work. He'll just continue working on his game. He worked on his body. That's why his moves are crisp. I mean, there's only one other person that I can think of that works as hard as him, that reminds me of him, is Terrence. Terrence is a workaholic. You guys all know Terrence. But, I mean, when I was watching, I saw one play, and I hope none of them get mad at me for bringing this up, but I was so happy and I don't want any basketball enthusiast to get mad at me for saying this, but because I'm a purist of basketball, right? But I'm also a fan. I'm a purist, but I'm also a fan. The fan side of me, when Juami did 3 behind the backs and a step back, and he made it, and Terrence was guarding him, and then on the next play down, Terrence tried to go at him, and then the next play down, like, that's what, I mean, I'm a purist, but I love that. I'm a fan. I love them going at it because I know they both work hard, and I know hindi sila magpapatalo. Even in their own matchups, they don't want to admit it, but even in their own personal matchups, hindi sila magpapatalo. But as a person that has witnessed their growth from where they were, dude, it was amazing. It was like, saludo kay Terrence. He got the throne. He got the juice, man. He got the juice. He got the rings. He got the finals MVP. He got the juice. But that's something, as a fan, I want for Juami. So it was like the 2 top dogs, and one dog is challenging the other one, and the other one, hindi magpapatalo. That's how I saw it. That's how pure it was on my heart, and that's how like a fan would see it. Pero I hope they don't get mad. Get mad at me for making them in my examples, but on the top of my head, there's the guys out that work hard as well too. Pero I wasn't with those guys, man. I've been with a lot of guys though. Pause. But I've been teammates with a lot of guys, but I haven't seen anybody else work as hard as both those guys. Some guys are gonna message me too when they see that. They go, I work hard too. I know you work hard. No, you're in the top of my list. Everybody's in the top of my list, but when things come up in my head, who the hardest, there's two guys that come up. I'm not saying the other guys don't work hard. Hindi ko sinasabi yun. Yung sinasabi ko lang yung nakita ko, na-witness ko, nakasama ko, nag-drills kami, tuloy-tuloy, hindi sila tumitigil. Talagang walang pagod ako today. No, walang ganon. Talagang everyday, sige, everyday. Kung sino man magkasakit, hindi pupunta sa practice bukas, that's how you're gonna miss it. God's gonna have to make me sick tomorrow for one of them to not go to practice. Ayun yung ganong hard work yung mga yun. So, that was a long answer, sorry.
How's experience to be a coach in the MPBL?
PBL, another league. I love how we're bouncing around from TAT, PBA, KBL. It's great so far. It's great so far. I'm obviously in the double time ako. And I give a lot of credit to my players for understanding na yung ginagawa ko. Kasi gusto ko bigay sa kanila lahat ng time ko. And sa practice and all that. And gusto ko talaga. Pero we're in a position where I have to do one thing kasi a long story with coaching Bacolod. Obviously we had a coach there before, pero we had to part ways. We had to part ways and we went a different direction. So, pagkatapos namin ng part ways, may open spot kami sa coaching. And nasa Korea pa ako. So obviously I was not in the mindset of coaching because I was still in Korea, I was still playing. So when I got into coaching, it was more of, I want the best for players. I want the players to know I want the best for them, and who best to guide them. And I couldn't think of any, but me. So we went that route. Pero I give so much credit to my players. I expect the most from them. Obviously, I have a saying is, I want my actions to match my intentions, right? And obviously, from my actions and what we wanted, it wasn't matching up. We need more time together. We need more processing. We need more ensayo time. We need more man hours. We need more repetitions. I need more repetitions to be there. Obviously, it's something that I would like to do in the future, be a head coach. But you just need more time. And as you know, playing with Dwight, signing with TAT, going to this, there's not enough time. There's just not enough time. I wish there was 36 hours in a day. I really do. But wala, it's 24, so there's not enough time. I just appreciate those guys. It's been a wonderful experience coaching in MPBL. I want to continue to do it and flourish in it. I want to, my team of coaching staff, we do a lot of film work, we do a lot of those things, but, pag naghahati ka ng oras mo, hindi talaga mag-match yung magagawa mo, especially when one needs more than the other. Pero, that's no excuse. I'm never the guy that gives excuses. There's, with practicing and doing all those things, I worked on the 3 C's. You know what my 3 C's are? It's your cardio, your core, and your character. And we need more practice so we can work on those 3. Your character, your cardio, and your core. Those are the things that actually make up a good basketball player. So we need more hours. But I'm excited. I'm still excited. Every time I go there, I still get butterflies. Coaching is a lot different from playing, but that's something that's for me being team owner, from being head coach to playing to becoming assistant coach, doing all these things. I think that I don't want to say a seemingly seamless transition, but that is the forward progression for me, right? That is what's next, and for me to grow mentally, for me to grow into the sport more, it has to be that kind of progression. We have to continue to progress. We have to continue moving forward in a upright trajectory. So, yeah, it's been great.
Who is the best import teammate you ever had?
Not so much, man. I'm going to give you a few that gave me a championship. And I mentioned those guys because siyempre naman nanalo kami championship. Diba? I want to say Anthony Grundy, my patronage. If I could give you my top. I can't give you one. Because it's going to be disservice. Anthony Grundy, see Chris McCullough, C-Mac is my guy. My last championship, the PBA, was with C-Mac. He guided a bunch of old guys to win a championship over a very tough Terrence. Ano ba name niya? Terrence, nag-NBA din yun eh. Terrence Jones. Yeah. And that was a tough team. I think Taka Tex was beating him. I think they even clobbered us in the elimination. But C-Mac did his thing. I gotta say what's up to, give credit to Anthony, Charles Rhodes, you know, we had an amazing team that year, 2017. I think that was 2017. And Nico Alam. And then I want to say AZ Reed. Can't forget about AZ Reed. So those are my Mount Rushmore of imports. I know there's some imports. Don't get mad. We were great too. I had certain other guys that were great. I know, but you know, I'm a championship type of guy. Siyempre, kahit pa paano, we label greatness with some type of, you know, hindi naman accolades yung sinasabi ko. Kasi accolades, may potokan pa yan, may mga ganito pa yan. May mga intangibles pa mga ganon sa mga accolades, may mga ganon pa. Sa championship, wala eh. It's just cold hard facts. Who won? You know what I'm saying?
Who is the PBA teammate you learn the most?
You know what? So many that I've encountered, especially in my younger years. You guys know I came in 2005. Diba? Madami mga, yung teammate ko dati, 2005, si Marlo Aquino, Dennis Espino, Kenneth Duremdes. Diba? Like, it was a star-studded team. You know, I wish I would have learned more from them. I wish I was. Maybe that's better. Maybe that's better said. Maybe it's not the teammates I learned from. It's the teammates that I didn't get to absorb more information from. I think that's a better question. Masyado madaming knowledge yung first year ko, pero, you know, being young, and, you know, not knowing your way yet in the Philippines. When I came to the Philippines, there was no iPhone yet. We had to go to, like, webcams. We had to go to internet shops, you know? Like, I wish I would have learned more from, actually, Dennis Espino, because he had a farm. He had a huge farm in Pampanga. I wish I would have learned more from Marlo Aquino, what to invest in. Kenneth Duremdes, I wish I would have learned. I mean, Kenneth was an amazing guard, so maybe I could have learned more from him. Pero at that moment in time, you know, I didn't get to absorb them as much as I wanted. Yung parang, I look back at it now, so it's like, hindi naman sayang, pero because my career turned out the way it was, but maybe I could have learned stuff from them on and off the court. You know, like, I was with Santa Lucia Realtors, right? I could have learned from Boss Buddy Carnado where to invest, what villages was up and coming, what all these things are. So like, maybe that's the better question. Who should I learn more from? And because the information that I've gathered from all my teammates, I've used, but everybody gave a little bit. I took a lot from a lot of everybody. I took bits and pieces from a lot of people. I wanted to learn. I wanted to be open-minded. I wish I was as open-minded when I just first came to the Philippines. It's just a different story then. Maybe a different. But yeah, those are that I should have learned more from, absorb them more, and be more of a sponge to them. Because when I came in, 10 years to sila sa PBA. Diba? 1993 yata si Marlon, 1996 yata si sila Cap, saka si Kenneth Hernandez, diba? Parang ang dami na nakita, dami na so maybe I could have learned where to invest, where to financially, basketball wise, what to do. I didn't get to. That's something that I would love to go back to and be like, and just redo for a conference or two. The kids are doing, what the kids are doing, how they're doing. Like, we won the NBTC, right? So we won the NBT. We're the first ever foreign team, not only to win the championship, but the year before that, we were the first ever foreign team to make it to the finals. Because we went to the finals back to back. And we lost one, and then we won one. And our players were great. As founders, we had to get the best. We had to match our like I said, I live by these two just like this quote: you match your actions with your intentions, right? Match your intentions. Sorry, let me take it back. You match your intentions with your actions. So I wanted to win. The first time we went to the finals, I was the coach with my co-founders and Coach Chris Cobes. We wanted to win. Pero coming back, we could have been the coach still. He could have been the coach. But you know what we said? We said, no. We're going to get a good coach too. We're going to get Coach Chris Godina. And he won it for us. And hit our players, mixed with him, won it for us. I can't take no credit. I was just there to put pieces together, but the pieces had to work. So it wasn't me by any means. Those kids played their hearts out, and Coach Chris coached he coached. That's the first time. And tidbit of history. Jalen Green came out here. I'm not saying. Jalen Green came out to the Philippines as a high school. He played for one of the Nation, because wala pa kami nun. They didn't make it past the quarterfinal. I'm just saying. We were in a position where we wanted to represent the Filipino diaspora. And I know that's saying a lot, but I wanted to represent that. It's the NBTC has been dominated by certain people, certain schools, and we wanted to be the top dogs. Right? We wanted to be the top dogs, and very fortunate that we selected a team. We had a team, and we had a great coach, and it all worked out. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it doesn't work out. But I was so fortunate that it did work out. So kudos to those, kudos to the players and the coaches. Kami dito lang kami sa background. Huwag niyo na kami anuhin. Pero ano lang kami, talagang sobrang happy lang kami. And might I add you, and I'll tell you this, when you win a championship for San Miguel, the trophy doesn't go home with the coach or the players. It's at the San Miguel office. And the NBTC championships, trophies, is in my... That's what I'm proud of. That's what I'm proud of.
Thank you for watching.